Racing League Hall of Fame and award ceremony. It's an honor to be here as we induct these amazing drivers into the Hall of Fame and honor some great accomplishments and not so great moments for the drivers in the league. And with the first introduction into the Hall of Fame, I'm going to send it down to Mr. Jade Bow.
Hi, everybody, and I get the distinct honor of inducting two drivers into the Hall of Fame this year. Obviously, the first one will be Matthew Parkhurst. With that being said, with this induction, it's very full circle for myself and Matt. When I first met Matt, he was a driver on D4C, which at the time was my alliance team, my affiliate team in Gran Turismo. And he was the catalyst that caused D4C to split off from me. And then later down the line, he became an admin for Gran Turismo, and that led probably to the biggest blowout in the WRL that we had. Caused a lot of members to leave. A big fight between him and I ensued, and then a lot of other things happened, and we stopped communicating there for about a year or so. And then he reached out to me one day, and I remember I was sitting down at my cousin's house. Just had a death in the family, and it was the last thing I expected at that time. And I saw the message, and I looked at it, and instantly I was like, I need a bright spot. I need something to take my mind off of what's going on with my family and all of the different things that come with someone passing. And it was a little bit of a beacon of hope that some things are just meant to happen. And I messaged him and I told him, I'm okay with letting bygones be bygones, but this is not just something that I can do. I can okay. He's got to reach out to other members of the league for him to come back. And he did just that. He got all those approvals, and just enough to say, hey, for me to say, to invoke the, oh God, I'm spacing on what it's called.
Reinstatement clause?
The reinstatement clause. Thank you, Matt. The reinstatement clause, and I put my neck out for him. And he had to prove he had to prove one season that he was better than what he left us as. And I remember him getting that first win at Michigan. And the complete shock of emotion that he felt, I could hear it in his voice during that interview. And that was probably one of my favorite interviews of all time. Well, one of them. I'm going to mention another one later. But that was one of my favorite interviews of all time. Just to hear how excited he was and the joy that it brought him that he finally notched a rung in his climb back to the top in the WRL. Then we move on to later down the line. He's battling for a championship, and he comes up just short. But he was just so excited about that win, and another win followed before the championship battle. And it just, to see Matt be inducted into the Hall of Fame means so much to me, and the fact that I actually get to do it, it makes his return to the WRL that much more. So, as I've said it probably two or three times already, but Matt, I'm happy for you, bud. I'm proud of you. And I'm glad that I took a step out of my comfort zone and you were that beacon of hope. So, Matt, welcome. to the Hall of Fame.
Definitely, I appreciate that introduction, Jade. And I didn't expect to get emotional until my speech, but dang, that was very good. But anyways, um, I gotta say, none of this would have been possible without a lot of people that I hold very dear to my heart. I mean, first and foremost, Justin Burke. He's definitely the first guy I got to thank, because without him, I wouldn't have even known about this league in the first place. He's the one who actually got me into GT. And then after that, as you mentioned, I drove for D4C when I first came into the GT series. So I definitely thank Charlie Irwin for taking that chance on me, giving me my first big break. And then, one thing led to another. That first season, a lot of good success right out of the get-go. I think I had 8 podiums in 8 races, but I think 5 of them were second-place finishes. I never could quite get to that top step. And, I definitely surprised a few people, I think. And, I made it known that, I was going to be a force to be reckoned with for quite a while. And then, we fast forward to after that season. Then I decided to venture off on my own a little bit. Started my own team for GT, and I brought my brother in to kind of help me run things with that and kind of get his feet wet as well. And then, another kind of took a step back that season, because that was right about the time, that, like Jade said, I kind of got thrust into the head of GT role during that season, so I was kind of a lot to take in, so I kind of struggled that season. And then we got through that season, and then that's when things kind of started to fall apart, because we had a big influx of drivers, and it became too much to handle, and tension started to boil over, and we ended up going our separate ways. Me and a lot of the league guys. I know I definitely made some enemies along the way. Like Jade said, we didn't talk for a good probably 6 or 8 months. And then, I hit a really, really low spot in my personal life in that time. I know, there were thoughts I was done with league racing in general, and I honestly I didn't even know what the future held, like, in general, much less in terms of racing, because I was at a low spot. I was pretty much ready to just give up. But there was one person who really kept me going through that, and that was a guy that some of you veterans of this league might know, John Cripps. He was one of them who actually walked out with me. But he was the one guy who really kept my head up, and eventually he was the one who actually told me to hey, reach out to Jade and see about coming back, because he's like, I think you need this. And turns out he was definitely right, because I reached out to Jade, I reached out to a few other people. We kind of worked things out, and then I got my foot back in the door. Now, honestly, it feels really good that I'm back here tonight, because I believe my first event back when I got reinstated was actually the Hall of Fame ceremony last year. And so for it 1 year later to be inducted into that really shows, just how far I've come in that year, knowing that I was pretty much blacklisted. Nobody wanted me back, and now to be a Hall of Famer, I mean, that really does speak volumes. And I know there was a lot of great people I met, once I came back. I know Weston Grant was one of them, when he brought his guys, when he and DJJ brought their guys in for the Fired Up Truck Series. I know I got really close with a few of those guys, and that kind of sparked a few friendships that I've still got to this day. And then another guy who I became really close with pretty much right upon my return was Game Nerd, and I mean, he and I have been through a lot of good times and bad times in our time together. I mean, we ended up working together this last season in NASCAR, and it started a really good relationship between him and I. And then eventually, once I got comfortable back in NASCAR, then I started to transition out. I got back into GT, ended up winning a championship there, which surprised me, but that told me I knew that I made the right decision to come back. And then I got into Wreckfest as well, and Wreckfest for the longest time was my go-to series in this league. I mean, Jade knows it, Keith knows it, Grant knows it. I mean, a few other guys know it. Ended up starting my own team over there too, and that was probably the most fun 3 months I had, was those 2 seasons I had. And then after that I kind of hit a little bit of a trouble spot 1 week in Wreckfest, and I kind of decided that maybe this ain't gonna work out like I hoped it would. And I'm not mentioning any names on who might have done what.
Just say it.
All right, Kevin.
I think everyone knows.
All right, Kevin. Kevin kind of caused a premature departure from the league for me, because I had announced that I was going to be leaving at the end of the season because I was going to look for some bigger and better things to do, and Kevin kind of helped out with that a little bit, with kind of targeting me 1 week in Wreckfest, and I kind of said,
it was your team.
I know it was my team, but apparently he had it out for duckies.
We all said break. Still you.
Yeah, I did kind of bring it upon myself. I know it's on stream.
Still you.
Well, I love you too, but still, there was a moment. But it was, honestly, it's been a very up and down. A lot of ups, a few downs, but honestly, I think, as I said, to go from being blacklisted and pretty much never wanted back into this league to being a Hall of Famer a year later, I mean, that really does show the impact that I made on a lot of people in this league, and that I'm honored that they decided that I was worthy of this and they voted me in, and that really does speak volumes to just how good of a person I am, even though I don't feel like it sometimes. But I guess their opinions matter more than mine, because here I am. But honestly, to close this out, I cannot say enough for what a lot of people in this league have done, starting with Jade and Taylor. You guys being the heads of this league. You guys have done a lot for a lot of people, myself included. As Jade, as you mentioned, we definitely had our ups and downs, but I could not ask for a much better owner for this league. And what you've done and what your admin team has done, Keith, Grant, Nitro, a lot of guys like that. It's just it's really impressive to see what we're capable of doing when we're all working together with a league this size, and that we can really make some good things happen. And then also to all my fellow drivers. I mean, I know, like I said, I decided to take a little break from league racing, so it was definitely fun racing with a lot of you guys. I made a lot of good friendships along the way, and a lot of those guys I still plan to keep in touch with. And you guys made racing 4, 5, sometimes 6 nights a week. You guys made it fun, and I'm forever grateful for the time that we spent both on track and off track together. And it's definitely been one heck of a ride, and final stop, Hall of Fame. What more can I say?
This isn't your final stop. We'll see you in February.
We'll see about that.
See? He's not saying no. He's coming back. I'm telling you all right now. We'll see Matt in February. We'll guarantee you.
You'll see me, but I won't see you.
You heard it here first. Matt Parker returning to WRL in February 2023.
Guys, stop making false storylines, all
right? Breaking news.
Well, Matt, congratulations, buddy.
Thank you,
You made it.
You deserve this.
It all came full circle, didn't it, Matt?
It really did. I mean, for you and I going pretty much at each other's throats to, like I said, my first event back was actually last year's Hall of Fame ceremony when you got inducted. And so it makes sense that, everything comes full circle, both with our personal stuff and with the league stuff, that I could not think of a better person to induct me than you.
Yeah, buddy. Like I said, it was a pleasure. Matt here is the only person that I have got so upset with that I actually raised my voice and yelled at. So Matt holds that distinct honor.
Oh, trust me, I deserved every bit of it too. I will admit, I was a big time butt. But
I'm sorry, did I hear the word was? I think you meant still is.
Hey, wait a minute. It's only when I want to be now.
Well, on to the next.
Now, congratulations, Matt. You deserve it.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah. Gonna head down. Oh, I kind of forgot. My bad. Toph Tech 92.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I want to thank Grant for giving me this opportunity to induct him into the Hall of Fame. We started back many years ago and Fired Up and TVR, and once this league kind of got merged with WRL, he brought me over here, and let's just say the first year in WRL was rocky for me. I actually left after last season, but Grant brought me back and asked me to be on his team and run for Night Motorsports, and that was the best decision I ever had because Grant is the best owner in WRL. So I'm glad that Grant brought me back, and he's a great friend and somebody that I know if I ever need anything or anything's going wrong, Grant's there. He's there for a lot of people. So somebody that anybody can go with it with any issues they've ever had, and Grant's willing to be there for you. So I'm just glad that Grant has got inducted into the Hall of Fame, and he deserves it more than anyone else. Take it away, Grant.
Yeah, man, first I'd like to start off with that it's an honor to be, even here making this speech to begin with. Turf, thank you for that awesome introduction. One of the better speeches I've heard tonight. Right there with Jade. I would also like to thank Dash, because if it wasn't for him, wouldn't be in this situation to begin with anyway. He found me and DJ on some Heat 5 lobbies, introduced us to Jade, kind of got talking, and then we decided to merge. These guys in the WRL have ended up becoming family, as well as, good friends of, some of the guys I don't hang around with as much. But I'd also like to thank Jade, for the guidance he's had, as not only as a driver, but even as an admin. Without some of the things he's done with me, it probably wouldn't be where I am now to even gain the respect to be in this position. But it's been an incredible year. Just, from the standpoint of WRL alone, merging with the league, watching Matt and Kyle, battle for the championship that first year and fired up when we joined. It was a lot of fun. Just, as a broadcaster alone, I'm pretty sure of what you saw, Jade. But then after that, moving on to doing some different things, started a Madden League in here with y'all, then getting my first win in Wreckfest, which was kind of a shock, to say the least, considering Nitro took out a tire, and it was just pretty much me and him on track. Then getting the second win, teasing Matt about, not having one, which is always fun to do.
Which I still don't have one to this day.
Yep, and since,
Always
he
next year.
claims he's not returning, it won't get one. But yeah, watching races up in the booth, watching Godzak, go from 0 to hero this season. At Mid-Ohio, from blowing a tire to finally winning that race, and just the other, insurmountable moments that we've had up in the booth, teaming up with Jade, Matt, and Keith, Dash, Kevin, Turf, Hazard, Mike, and just about anybody else who's been up there. Then, this week, finally getting my first NASCAR win in WRL. It's about the freaking time for that to happen, and now a first-time Hall of Fame inductee. It's just been amazing, and I can't thank everyone enough. I'd like to thank everyone who voted for not only myself, but also Keith, Kitty Ayers, and Matt Direct Duck Parkers, which, in my opinion, both deserved it more than I did, but, the fact that I was voted in shows just not how much respect I earned on track, but just off track as well. Just helping with what I can, like what Turf said. But look forward to seeing what the future holds for not only myself, but all the drivers in the league next year in 23 when we get NASCAR rolling again, as well as everything else. And that's all I've got. Send it back over to Jade to induct our next Hall of Famer.
This is the one we've been waiting for. Okay. Just so everyone, everyone watching at home, I definitely take a little bit of, offense to that statement about, the best speech. The better speech, But it's all good. I have to do 2 of these tonight, and, what better than, to make it come full circle, and then also to induct probably one of, if not one of my best friends into the Hall of Fame. Last season, he was left behind, as we said. Mr. Reese and I were talking about it, and we felt bad that he was left behind. No offense to Charlie Irwin. Charlie deserves it just as much as anyone else. But, when you used to see us practicing back in NASCAR, it was Jardy, Keith, and Jade. Always together, always working together, always practicing together. And that's just how it was. But this story starts many, many moons before that. I was 19 when I met Keith, and I am now 25. So I've known the Big Ogre for about 6 years. And him and I have had battles on the track, battles off the track. And, you know, we were not friends for about a year. Then he decided to get smart and realized, you know, what everything was all about, and that life's too short to make enemies with people. I met Keith back in Nascar, and Keith and I, we kind of clicked instantly. Keith was very quiet. He was running by himself. He was pretty good on track. He was pretty respectful, and I was like, you know what? I'm kind of a big deal in NASCAR. They were having their team revolution, is basically the best way to put it. That's when Fatal really was born. It became the hottest team in NASCAR. It was that way the whole time it was there. We had our big rivalry with, oh goodness, I'm drawing a blank on their team name. It was with Jimmy Best. And then it was Bro Motorsports with Dakota Bro and his brother. You know, Fatal had some pretty big names on its team, but the biggest name of all would come the following season when he won me my first owner's title in the Platinum Cup Series, and that was probably my most favorite interview, because I was in the booth with Tyler McMurder, and we were sitting there, and Ty said to me before, he goes, Jade, no matter what happens, you cannot focus on Keith just because he's your driver. But you couldn't do anything but follow Keith because he led the entire race. All but maybe 3 laps of that race he led. Almost flag to flag. Nobody could touch him. He drove off by himself, and it made it hard not to talk about him. Then we get into the next season, where he signed with my team in both trucks, and what they had was the Motor Master Series, which was really the Xfinity cars. And then we did phenomenal the first few weeks, and then there was a big falling out with NASCAR, and we ended up leaving, and we bounced around there for a little while, and Keith never lost faith in me to do the right thing. Always lead him in the right direction. We did what we had to. And then there was a big falling out between Keith and I. And, you know, there's a lot of arguing and misunderstanding between our group. And, you know, Keith did what he thought it was right. Learned to come, you know, not everything, you know, was the way that it seemed. And he reached out the one day after I was reaching out to him and talking with him, trying to talk to him a little bit. Then one day I saw him in our friend chat, and I was like, oh man. I was like, look what the cat dragged back in. And ever since that day, he's been a loyal Fatal member. He's never left the team, has never done anything against Fatal. He's always been there with us. He formed his team, KAI, and he's done wonderful with that, trying to build it up. And Keith, you know, he was so close to winning the second season of the Rogers Racing Engines Cup Series. He was so close to winning, came up just short. But Keith, he has done amazing things. He's now become an admin in the league. One of my very trusted companions. Quite frankly, I'd do just about anything for him. But I know he wouldn't drive 3 hours to come see me. I had to drive about 6.5 hours away just to go meet him for 5 minutes at was it Pocono? I think it was Pocono. Yeah. 6.5 hours to go meet him at Pocono for 5 minutes. That was it. That's all I saw of him. But Keith, buddy, last season Jardy and I left you behind, but this season you get to take your rightful place right beside us in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, buddy.
Wow. I mean, what can I say? This is such an incredible honor to receive the highest amount of votes for the Hall of Fame this season after missing it by one vote last season. It just goes to show you how well liked I am in the league, how respected I am, how good of a competitor I am on the track, how good of a friend I am off the track to everybody. I mean, I just can't say enough. Jay, thank you for inducting me. I couldn't have chosen a better person to do it after me inducting you last season. I mean, it felt right for you to do it this season for me. But yeah, you and Jordy left me behind. What I thought was the right thing. Turned out it wasn't exactly one of the best decisions I could have made. But yeah, after that, I got smart. I came back to you and like, hey, look, I'm sorry. Let's let bygones be bygones. I want to come back, and this is my rightful place. I mean, I fought, scratched, and clawed my way back to the top. I'm now, like I said, a loyal member of Fatal. I've become an admin. I mean, it's been great. I've tried to help everybody that I can be the best person they can be on the racetrack. I'm going to want to get emotional here. Wow. I mean, Grant, Parky, you both deserve this too. I mean, I've told you guys before, or yesterday actually, when it was announced that I wasn't deserving of this. I mean, but I was wrong. It's well deserved. I mean, I've worked my butt off to get here. Yeah, it all started back in those Nascar days when I was brought in by Tyler McMurder, and if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't even have met Jade and became friends with him. And one thing led to another, and I signed with Fatal and got Jade his first championship, and it's been 6 years we've known each other, and I look forward to many, many more years ahead. Yeah, I just can't say enough about this season. I drove my butt off in Busch. I started the season outside the top. I think it was 15 in points. I drove my butt off to get back to finish second. I was so close to a first NASCAR championship. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I mean, this is so special. I just can't say enough to everybody. Jay, thank you again. You are one of my best friends in this league, and that will not ever change. So, if you ever need anything, I'm here for you. So, don't ever forget that. Again, Grant, Parky, congratulations on the Hall of Fame. You both are well deserving of this as much as I am. So, yeah, just thank you, everybody. That's all I have to say.
So if I need anything, does that mean you're gonna drive three hours to come see me?
Yes.
Nice.
Sorry guys, I had to make that happen. But
I want to say one thing before we get out of here. It sounds like all three of us kind of had the same thought process. Once all the votes and that were tabulated, and once everything got announced, I think all three of us kind of had the same thought process running through our head. We're not worthy. But that's what makes us most worthy. It's because we're always so willing and wanting to, do whatever we could to try and help this league out the best that we could, not only as drivers, but as admins as well. As also, as broadcasters. Because like I told both you guys, I don't remember if it was yesterday or today, but I said it definitely seems fitting that the three guys who probably spent the most time together in the broadcast booth throughout with than you two, because we spent a lot of time together, both on track and off track, in the booth, and just hanging out in general. And I think it's definitely very fitting and very deserving that the three of us go in together, considering all that we've done for this league. And I could not be more proud of both of you guys.
Like I told both you and Grant at the beginning of the Bush season, I don't want this friendship to change. I don't want nothing to hinder. I want nothing to come between the three of us. So I hope that sticks.
Oh heck, I think once Bush started, once Truck started, we got working in the booth together. I think honestly that's what really helped make us even closer friends. The three of us, I think, was having all that time working together. So I see no reason why that would change.
Grant, you okay? You're kind of quiet over there.
Yeah, it's just been one heck of a journey, like I said, from start to finish. This year alone, from merging and getting to know all you guys who really have become family to me. I can't be more grateful for everything that y'all have done for not just me, but even accepting for all my league members that came over, and just everything y'all have done to help everybody in the league. From Mike having to go through what he's gone through, not just with his wife, but even, his daughter now, and helping me, in a time of need when I needed it as well. This is honestly the best group of guys I've been around for a long time, and I'm very grateful for it, and y'all definitely deserve it as much as anybody.
I mean, if this goes to show all of us, I just did the count between the three of us as the top three vote getters. 24 votes between the three of us. Me with 9, Grant with 8, Parky with 7.
I think
that was the other way.
I was gonna say I thought it was the other way around, but
yeah, 24 between the three of us.
Yeah, I was gonna say regardless, that really does speak volumes to the impact that we've had on this league and its drivers. And I echo it again. I cannot thank you guys enough for everything that you guys have done for this, this league as a whole. I mean, like I said, I think we've all made a lot of amazing friendships along the way, and as we always say, this league is family, and I really do love all you guys.
Who'd have known all of us can do what we do and play games together, have fun together, race together, and we could be long distance friends and family.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, the way that we act with each other, you never know it.
Yeah, but yeah, it's been a special night, and again, I just want to thank everybody who voted for me, and look forward to brighter, bigger and brighter things. Now the three of us are Hall of Famers, and that'll never change.
So, can I get put on the blacklist again now?
Oh my lord!
No.
We see you in February, Matt.
We'll see you in February, buddy.
God, no.
Matt, you're going on a whole new list. It's going to be called the Green List,
Some driver
and it
awards.
means that you can never leave again.
So, like Keith said, we're gonna get into the driver awards. I'm gonna take over this point. Kev, thank you for hosting the first part of this. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Kev,
So
you
we're
did a
gonna-
great job, bud.
We're gonna get right into it. The
Even
first
with
award. Is everybody here and ready to go?
Yep.
Sure, man.
Let's do it.
All right. The first award up is Best Admin.
And I'll be taking it. Winning Best Admin is Mr. Jade Bow.
Rigged.
Yeah.
I feel like we all get.
We're gonna go down to most controversial driver.
Most controversial driver. This one's a fun one. You know, obviously there's a few people that might have ruffled a few feathers this year. Not going to mention any specific name. Oh, wait, yes I am. Most controversial driver. Actually, the most controversial. There was a few controversial people, apparently, because we actually have a 4-way tie for this award.
Hey, Matt, just before you say them, real quick question. Are any of them still in the league?
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Surprisingly. 3 of them.
Uh-oh.
We'll start with the one, like I said, it was a 4-way tie. I'll start with the one who's not in the league anymore. DJJ. We also had...
What could have he ever done?
We're not getting into that on stream.
Oh, okay.
But also we have Drake. Kevin.
What could he have done?
He bounced me from the league. And we also have Mike. Yeah. Mike Sr. is the 4th one. So, definitely ruffled some feathers this season. A few of you guys did. But hopefully you got all that out of your system and next year will go better.
You could set out one for feathers. I attacked ducks.
He attacked ducks. He killed ducks. Did more than ruffle feathers.
Kevin, I think we just found your new nickname. We're going to start calling you the Duck Hunter.
Hey!
Every time I fail, a dog comes on my screen and laughs.
Love it.
The next award is the Best Commentator Award.
And, you know, it's really was a toss-up because, you know, we've had a few great commentators this season, you know, but unfortunately the award has to go to Jade Burr.
Rigged.
I didn't rig them. I had the results right in front of me.
He counted, so we count.
Yeah. Just so everyone knows, Taylor Marcella also has access to the results. If anyone's claiming it's rigged, she has access.
Okay. Well, I better go talk to her then.
Okay, next we're going to go to Best Driver of the Year.
Best driver of the year will go to Drake.
10 wins in 1 season.
That's impressive. And considering the fact he didn't even race the whole season.
Exactly.
And to rattle off win after win after win. I mean, eventually, I'll be openly honest. I said at one point this season, I said it's not fun anymore because he's winning all the time. It's like we all just show up to see who finishes second.
Well, hey, I mean, you know, nothing's wrong with silver.
No? I'd like gold, though.
Next, we're going to go into Most Popular Driver.
That's me again. Let's go into another one. Jade Bow.
Oh, my lord.
Oh, freaking rigged.
Again, it's not.
Who counted these votes?
I did, and Taylor can see them too. Doesn't make me feel bad. I'm liked.
Let's get into some awards that actually matter.
Alright, next up, the Tin Cans and String Award, meaning the worst internet.
Well, you know, it was fun kind of bouncing around the track with some of these guys myself from time to time. But eventually it gets old. But when you lag out on almost any race, not naming any names. Oh wait, Matt already pulled this joke. Sorry. Trevor, go get you some better internet, my guy. Come on.
Come on, man.
Man.
Next, we are going to go into the Most Improved Driver of the Year.
That award goes to Mad Geo Magic.
Which it seems like he just got faster as the year went on too.
Well, I think a lot of the, again, this isn't a dig at Maggio. I think after Drake had some personal issues and he couldn't finish the season, in letting Maggio blossom and show what he could do really helped. And I think that is what propelled him to win that award, to be honest with you.
I agree.
Next, we're going to go to the best team owner of the year.
Let me get my
This is going to sound like a broken record, but this award goes to Jade Burr.
Everyone, on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Last year, I won 2 awards, okay? And that was it. And I won the same 2 this year.
Plus a couple others.
Most popular and best owner.
No, I won best admin and best team owner.
Yeah.
All right. The Radio Sweetheart Award.
Oh no.
Okay, and this award goes to the driver throughout the season, throughout the past year, with the most over-the-top, sarcastic, loudest comments during our race, during our race chatter. And this award goes to Kevin Stanley Jr.
Oh my lord.
You definitely had loudest, right?
Yeah, wait, that's the truth.
Man, it's just hard to talk over Matt sometimes.
Hey, wait a minute.
So, see now we're in the awards. We're at my favorite part, where we do like bonehead moment of the year.
I was gonna say gag award.
Because this award, like, no one actually wins this award because there's so many different moments throughout the year. I just like reading through them on stream.
Oh,
Okay.
I love this.
Okay. The first answer we got: Kevin running into Parky during Wreckfest.
Woo! That was
Wait,
a bonehead. They told me bring it on.
I didn't think I didn't think I voted in this. Apparently I did.
The next one is I feel this one personally. Nate at Michigan.
I was in the booth for that one.
Yeah. I kind of had the benefit of watching that one myself, too.
Oh, trust me, I watched it too. Kevin losing his points lead.
Oh,
Who could have been Nick?
ooh.
Way to blow a 30-point lead there, my guy.
I have a few names I would like to thank for that, but I'm not going to say it.
Keith Allen Ayers taking 2 tires at Kansas.
Yeah, not one of my better moments, that's for sure. I'll learn not to make that mistake again.
Now we have 2 for Nate at Michigan. 2 for Kevin on Wreckfest.
I think Warpeg voted.
I think it's all duckies that's voting for Kevin.
Drake racing at Michigan while black flagged.
Yeah, that was that was a rough one.
Pretty good, yeah.
CMS taking out Warpig in Wreckfest, or CMS full sending Keith in SRX.
Oh, I remember hearing about the SRX one.
TJ Herbert wrecking 4 drivers on the last lap of the F1 2020 race at Miami.
Yeah, I benefited from that one.
I'm pretty sure I did too, actually.
Anything involving DJ.
Facts.
I like that answer.
I think that's got to be the winner right there.
I want to know who put that.
Anything that involves Parky.
You're probably right.
Ooh.
Probably right.
And then we have 2.
That was definitely Jardy's answer right there.
Wait, what was it?
Anything that involves Parky.
No, that wasn't actually me. I forget what I said for that one, to be honest.
And then we have another one for Drake at Michigan. Okay. The next gag award is... Which driver is most likely to win the Hunger Games and why?
Ooh.
Well, okay, hang on, Jade. Before you go to that one, I would say one thing. I'm surprised that me ranking Jardy in SRX that one week was not on that list.
I came back and won it, so it's all good.
So, the first answer for which driver is most likely to win the Hunger Games and why? Pug. He wrecks the most people.
Damn.
True. True.
Some of these are actually like really good answers. Conky, he is willing to take the risk even if others are not on the same page. I know who put this one without even looking.
It's gotta be Jardy's.
No, it's the Queen. I can guarantee it's the Queen. Me, because I'll kill everyone that I've been dying to kill.
That's so reasonable.
That's the Queen, everybody.
I would not be surprised if Jody put something very similar to that.
Pretty sure I did.
The Queen, because she's the feisty one.
Yep.
There it is.
That was it.
I love you, Taylor. I'm sorry. Don't kill me.
Well, guys, everyone watch the news tonight.
Make sure you hide your shovels too.
She knows where I live. I'll sleep with one eye open.
Oh yeah, you might want to also board up your living room wall.
Which driver is most likely to get locked in a candy store? Okay. And I feel personally attacked winning this award, guys. this is the one I didn't want to win, and I won it.
It's not rigged.
This is also the Queen, because she put me, the Queen, because I'm a chocoholic and I get very distracted with all the different types of candy. That sounds like Taylor.
Sounds about right.
Parky, you got 2 votes in this.
What?
Kev got 2 votes. Keith got 3 votes.
Well, Matt, I could see you being locked in the candy store because you wouldn't be able to find the door to get out.
Hey, whoa.
He is blind.
Shots fired.
I got 3 votes for this.
I mean, probably Keith, and he knows why.
Yeah, I don't quite want to say it either.
So we're just gonna let that one ride.
I wonder who put that one.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Jade, I don't know neither.
I don't think I called you out that way, Keith.
It wasn't. It was
Somebody
me.
did.
See?
It was me.
Alright.
Thanks.
The next award is Most Wrecked Race Cars.
Well, you know, when you beat and bang on the track, or get sent into a pit, there's just some drivers that aren't supposed to be on the track for very long. And when you make about as much contact as this driver did, you're going to wreck some cars. And considering he can't see either, just makes it that much worse. So, Matt, get your butt off the track, my guy, because we can't afford any more race cars for you.
Wait a minute. I can't help. Hey, I'm racing 5 nights a week. I sometimes race entry. I race Bush. I raced F1. I raced Wreckfest. I raced GT. Of course the cars are going to add up, because I can't be perfect all the time like some people.
Maybe you shouldn't tell people to bring it.
Well, I did, and they did, and that's exactly why I'm getting out of this league. I tried to run my own team in pretty much every series and ended up going bankrupt. So yeah.
So what I'm hearing is we're not going to have to be spending any more money to buy more cars for Matt.
No, Grant. What I'm hearing, what I'm
I
hearing
went
is
bankrupt.
see you in February, Matt.
Yeah, that won't happen. You guys just said get my butt off the track, so why would I come back?
See you in February.
So, with that being said, that is the last award of the year that you guys voted for. Now, we get into the Owner's Choice Award. We started this award last year. It is the Leadership Award. It is the highest award that is given out within the league. It's something Taylor and I talk about, and we didn't talk about it this year because our schedules didn't coincide, but I feel that she would totally support who I'm awarding this award to. Due to his help running the league all year long and consistently being there, and whenever I needed him to do something, he did it at the drop of a hat. He updated the rosters when I needed to. He was helped out with points when it was asked. When things were needed to be done, he did it. Without a shadow of a doubt. He rose to become, in my opinion, probably the most important admin out of all the admins in my eyes. And that's not a stab at anybody, but he was always there when I needed him. This year's Leadership Award goes to Weston Grant. So, Grant, congratulations on winning the biggest award of the whole league. There's nothing, when I needed something, you were always there, bud. So, you had the Owner's Choice Award of the year. So, along with getting voted into the Hall of Fame, it's your night, bud.
That honestly means a lot to me, Jade. And you know, I know you mentioned Taylor didn't quite get her say on it, but you know, you felt that she would agree. But you know, without you two even taking the time to do what y'all do, you know, I wouldn't be able to be put in this position. And even just the guidance that you know you've given me too on certain things, you know, here and there, it's been a heck of a journey, and I'm running out of words to say.
But like I said, it's the highest award that we can give, that we give in the league. You got it, buddy, this year. Last year we awarded it to Mike, due to his help with the Busch Series and his help with NASCAR. And this year, you took it a step further. You did NASCAR, you did F1, you did, you commentated almost every single race, especially at the end of the season where I didn't have a voice and I couldn't talk because I was so sick. And you took it a step further, and that is why you got it this year. You know, and with that being said, and closing out this year's awards ceremony, we got one more event this year, guys. It is the Winter Classic hosted on GTA. It'll be next Tuesday night at 8:30. We have 10 races. I believe it's 10 races in the snow. The car will be announced on Monday at noon, which one we will be using. So with that being said, that concludes the Hall of Fame ceremony and the Driver Awards ceremony as well. Congratulations to our 3 Hall of Fame inductees. Welcome to the Hall of Fame, Weston Grant, Matthew Parkhurst, and Keith Allen Ayers. Thank you to all of the admins, all of the drivers for coming out this year and, you know, being part of the WRL. We had a big influx, even from last year, where we went from 2 years ago, when Taylor and I officially took over the league, and we had 20 drivers. 20. This year, if my computer will load, give me 1 second. In the Busch points, we had 50 drivers run at least one race in Busch. 50. In truck, we had 43 drivers run at least one race. GTA, we had 17 drivers run at least one race. It has been a phenomenal year of growth for the WRL, and it has been one heck of a roller coaster for me and Taylor, with all the personal stuff with our issues, people leaving, new people joining, the start of new series, the closing of series. It has been a very rough calendar year for the WRL, with all of our shortcomings, our advancements, our lows and our highs. As a league owner, I'm honored to have the position to talk to you guys, to know most of you on a very personal level. And I talk to most of you at least once or twice a week. And for a while, I'll be honest, for a while I was thinking about stepping down. And then the end of this year happened, playoffs started, and Thanksgiving came around, and I was able to take a step back and look at everything as a whole with all of you guys, and see everything, see the practice lobbies you guys put up, to see the happy Thanksgiving posts to everybody, the birthday posts we put out to everybody. You guys make this a family. So this off season, I'm gonna take some time to get some R&R after we do restricted and unrestricted free agency next Tuesday and Wednesday. Have our big end of the year admin meeting on Monday. I'm gonna take some R&R, but I will continue to be the league owner with Taylor, continue to be the face, and I hope to see you guys at the league startup meetings we're going to have in January. I'm thinking we're going to have them on the... I'll pull up my calendar. Give me a second. I'm thinking Saturday the 14th. Or wait, that is February. Yep, Saturday the 14th. That'll be our roster or our scheduling meeting, where we'll have all the schedules posted out for the drivers. And then at the conclusion of that meeting, we will start the rulebook meeting, where we'll go over all the rulebook changes that are going to be implemented for next season and what we're going to do. So put that on your calendars. The time will be announced later, but January 14th, we will put out all of that information. All the admins will have that all figured out for you guys moving into the next season. And then F1 will run in January because we're trying to get that finished up, so we're not very packed when it comes to about February. Then the first full week in February, so that will be February 6th. That is when we are planning to have the first entry series race again. So that'll be the opening week for NASCAR. F1 will continue to run. I think that is going to finish up in March.
March 30th is the final race for F1.
March 30th will be the final race for F1. And then we will be working on running through NASCAR. We will have our different series out. But again, I do want to say thank you guys. Thank you to everybody in this league. The league wouldn't be here without any of the drivers, because there wouldn't be anyone to manage. There wouldn't be a series to manage. Points. There would be nothing without our drivers. Then without the admin board, I couldn't be in the position that I'm in without my admin board. I know Taylor feels the same way. So, thank you all. Have a wonderful Christmas here in a few days. And then we will see you all next week for free agency, for restricted free agency to open on Tuesday at 10 a.m. That is for teams that have drivers on their current teams. It's like a free agency or it's a re-signing day to get them to re-sign them to their teams if they're going to go up or down a series, where they're going to be. And then on Wednesday at 10 a.m., unrestricted free agency opens, and that is when any team can sign any single driver with their consent. To that all you have to do is post your team name and the driver and the car number in Discord in the NASCAR general chat. The admins will be watching, and we will be updating as we get them. So, with that being said, everybody, thank you for this calendar year, this past year here in the WRL. It has been wonderful. It's been great to be your team owner or league owner. I look forward to the next calendar year brings us. And, whatever happens in NASCAR, man, it's going to be great. F1 is going to be great. Hot Ring will be making its return next year. I'm not sure of when. Kevin Stanley was announced as the VP for that series. So congratulations to him. That being said, just keep in the Discord and keep looking for updates, everybody. Thank you, and we'll see you next week.